Quite, absolutely. Aldeles. Never, aldri. Alone, alene. Already, allerede. Yet, still, allikevel. Always, alltid. Already, alt. To, all to, altfor. Thus, altså. In addition, attpåtil. Backwards, baklengs. Only, just, bare. Away, bort. Then, da. Partially, dels. Partly, delvis. Then, that time, dengang. After that, deretter. So, for that reason, derfor. On the other hand, derimot. Thus, dermed. Besides, dessuten. Unfortunately, dessverre. However, dog. Otherwise, ellers. Still, enda. Even, very, endog. Even, engang. Then, en. Still, yet, ennå. Gradually, little by little, etter hvert. Afterwards, etterpå. To, for. A long time ago, for lengst. For that matter, in a sense, for så vidt. Besides, for øvrig. Past, forbi. Relatively, forholdsvis. Hopefully, forhåpentlig. Long ago, for lengst. Positively, formally. Besides, by the way, forresten. For that matter, in a sense, for så vidt. Preferably, fortrinnsvis. Still, continued, fortsatt. Still, even now, fremdeles. Consequently, følgelig. First, først. Quite, ganske. Gladly, gjerne. Gradually, by degrees, gradvis. Halfway, midway, halvveis. Here, hit. luckily, heldigvis. Rather, somewhat, heller. Preferably, helst. Respectively, henholdsvis. Where, hvor. Of whom, of which. Hvorav. How. Hvordan. Why. Hvorfor. Highly, most. Høyst. At any rate. I alle fall. Going, established. I gang. In any case, I hvert fall. Instead, I stedet. At any rate, at least. I alle fall. Again, back. Igjen. Bad, ille. Nevertheless, however. Imidlertid. In. By way of introduction, at the beginning. Innledningsvis. Instead, I stedet. Indeed, certainly. Jammen. Frequently, often. Jevnlig. Yes, certainly. Jo. Perhaps, kanskje. Only, kun. Long, lenge. Just as, equally. Like. Likewise, as well. Likeledes. Likewise, the same. Likeså. Yet, still, nevertheless. Likevel. Like, somehow, kind of. Liksom. Legal, lawful, legitimate. Lovlig. Lots of. Great numbers of. Massevis. Rightly. Med rette. Very. Quite. Meget. In the midst of. Midt. Possibly. Perhaps. Muligens. Down. Ned. Namely, in fact, right. Nemlig. Hardly. Scarcely. Neppe. Nearly, almost. Nesten. Just, exactly. Nettopp. Fairly, reasonably. Noenlunde. Ever, at any time. Noensinne. Enough, supposedly. Nok. Quite, rather. Nokså. Newly, recently. Nylig. Nearly. Nære. Necessarily. Nødvendigvis. Now. Nå. When. Når. Often. Ofte. And. Og. also, og, also, også, again, om igjen, approximately, omlag, over, at the end, omme, at last, finally, omsider, approximately, omtrent, up, opp, upside down, opp ned, everywhere, overalt, in agreement, overens, at all, altogether, overhodet, extremely, rasende, completely, rett og slett, to be sure, riktig nok, no doubt, admittedly, saktens, together, jointly, sammen, indeed, truly, sannelig, probably, sannsynligvis, even, selv, of course, selvfølgelig, ago, siden, simply, simpelthen, last, sist, seldom, sjelden, even, sure, in this, that way, slik, soon, snart, immediately, straks, especially, particularly, særdeles, so, so much so, såpass, only just, as far as, så vidt, thus, such, sådan, so, thus, således, such, that, this kind of thing, sånn, so, about, såpass, fairly, rather, sort of, temmelig, periodically, tidvis, partially, til dels, by chance, accidentally, tilfeldigvis, truly, probably, trolig, steadily, trutt, across, tvers, across, straight, tvert, obviously, evidently, tydeligvis, out, ut, exclusively, utelukkende, usually, vanligvis, well, indeed, vel, very, veldig, probably, visstnok, for years, årevis, årevis,